Cyber attacks are everywhere in the news nowadays, and with good reason. Cybercrime is very profitable for criminals. Let's take a quick look at some numbers from recent statistics. In today's connected world, there's a hacker attack every 39 seconds. Cybercriminals can make money from a lot of different activities, with successful ransomware campaigns in particular making tens of millions of dollars for them over a month or two. Cybercrime is more profitable than dealing with illegal drugs at this point. And what do we have to protect against them? Firewalls and other security products, which are not really helping the companies against attacks made directly against the application, especially if those applications are exposed to the public internet. The hackers agree with this as well, as we can see from the result of this survey made at the very famous Black Hat Hacker Conference. What is the root cause of these attacks? Almost all the time, there was an unfixed bug somewhere in the system that the hackers could use, turn it to their advantage, and exploit it to break the system's security. We call these kinds of bugs vulnerabilities. Over 90% of these vulnerabilities that are exploited in the real world are, in fact, common programming mistakes that we have been known about for decades. And it would be very easy for the developers to find and fix these vulnerabilities as well. But there's a problem. Most developers don't know about these weaknesses at all. In the end, the consequences for getting hacked are very serious. And if anything, they are only getting worse. Not only will the criminals steal your valuable data or interfere with the operation of your company, you will also lose reputation, business, and may have to pay massive GDPR fees. My name is Balazs Kiss. I have been working in a lot of security-related areas over the last 15 years. As a researcher taking part in international security projects in the European Union, a security consultant for multiple software and hardware vendors, and a mentor for developers all over the world. Our company, Cydrill, specializes in secure coding education, and we are an exclusive high-tech institute partner for software security in the Netherlands. At Cydrill, we follow a simple model when teaching developers about security, teaching them how to not code. First, we discuss the problem in the code. Whether we are talking about an SQL injection, a buffer overflow, or an SSRF vulnerability, we look at the problem in detail so they understand where it comes from. Next, we demonstrate what the hackers do, and we don't just do it in theory through slides. The participants will do the hack themselves inside the virtual machine environment, so they get first-hand experience about just how dangerous these problems are and how much damage they can do. Then we talk about solutions. What can developers do to protect their code from these vulnerabilities? We discuss all best practices, and then the developers will go back to the same lab environment and fix the bug so the vulnerability isn't there anymore. Finally, we talk about where this vulnerability has appeared in the real world. Fortunately, or unfortunately, there is no shortage of real-world case studies that we can use here. We place a strong emphasis on interactivity through this entire process. Our courses have many interactive labs, about 10 of them per day, and they are all done in an integrated development environment that the participants are already familiar with, such as Visual Studio, IntelliJ IDEA, and Visual Studio Code. Our gamified lab environment, that we call the Cydrill Sergeant, guides the participants in each of these labs, gives them hints when needed, and verifies their solutions when they are done with a particular exercise. We also offer our training courses in person, remotely, and also as an e-learning follow-up after the in-person training to help developers maintain their long-term competence in secure coding and keep up with security issues. We have a large variety of training courses available through High Tech Institute, aimed at developers and testers for the most popular programming languages: C, C++, Java, C#, and Python. Our material is also flexible. Depending on your needs, we can cover relevant security issues for certain fields such as web development, Internet of Things or IoT devices, finance, healthcare and medical devices, and even artificial intelligence and machine learning. We also incorporate all major security standards and best practices into our material, with further references available to developers if they want to learn more about them. These include MISRA for automotive, PCI DSS for finance, and SEI Cert secure coding standards for all applicable languages. We believe that the best way to protect against cyber attacks is to have all of your developers be aware of these problems and how to solve them, as well as establishing the right mindset for secure coding and defensive programming. Participants can apply the skills and knowledge they gain at our training courses immediately on their next working day. Secure coding is a team sport, and we can help you secure your team and make them code responsibly. Thank you.